With fewer than 10 games left in the regular season, the competition for postseason positioning is intensifying. Let's first discuss the standings of the Clippers, Warriors, and Wolves in the Western Conference, particularly their battle for the coveted playoff spots, specifically the number 6 position. Currently, the standings are as follows. The Clippers are in 6th place, the Warriors in 7th, and the Wolves in 8th. However, the order is quite fluid, as the Clippers and Warriors have identical records, with their head-to-head matchups determining their positions, while the Wolves are just 0.5 games behind the two. The margin separating these teams is razor-thin, meaning there are no guarantees. They must push hard in their remaining games. A minor slip-up could easily remove them from contention and force them into the play-in tournament. For the Clippers, the latter part of the regular season is heating up. They are laser-focused on securing a playoff berth, boasting a remarkable record of 10 wins and 2 losses in their last 12 games. This impressive stretch has propelled them from 9th to 6th place in the Western Conference. Initially, the Wolves were expected to challenge the Warriors for their spot, but the Clippers have surged ahead with their strong performances, even defeating the top team in the Eastern Conference, the Cavaliers, and narrowly losing to the league-leading Thunder by just 2 points. The Clippers are certainly showcasing their potential. However, they face a challenging end to the season, with 9 tough games remaining against teams like the Cavaliers, Magic, Pelicans, 2 matches against the Mavericks, Spurs, Rockets, Kings, and Warriors. The Cavaliers, the top team in the East, will be especially formidable, and even teams below 500 present threats, particularly the Mavericks, who are also vying for a play-in spot. Next, we have the Wolves. They recently enjoyed an 8-game winning streak but have cooled off, recording 2 wins and 3 losses since then, which has dropped them back to 8th place. This season has been somewhat disappointing for the team, especially after finishing as the 3rd seed last season. Nonetheless, they are still a capable team led by Anthony Edwards and featuring Julius Randle, assuming he remains healthy throughout their campaign. In their final 8 games, the Wolves will face the Pistons, Nuggets, Nets, Sixers, Bucks, Grizzlies, another matchup against the Nets and the Jazz. They might manage to secure a few wins, but they will face tough competition. Lastly, we have the Warriors, who recently took the 6th spot from the Clippers. Their run of 16 wins and 3 losses since acquiring Jimmy Butler was impressive, yet they faced 2 consecutive losses before bouncing back against the Pelicans. The situation for the Warriors is becoming concerning as the number of games dwindles, particularly with the Clippers performing well and the Wolves lurking. In their last 9 games, they will contend against the Spurs, Grizzlies, Lakers, Nuggets, Rockets, Suns, another match against the Spurs, the Blazers, and finally the Clippers. They have a tough schedule ahead, facing formidable teams like the 5th-seeded Grizzlies, 4th-seeded Lakers, 3rd-seeded Nuggets, and 2nd-seeded Rockets. The final game against the Clippers could be crucial in determining playoff positioning. Currently, the 3 teams are tied in a race for playoff spots, with the Clippers showing the most momentum. The duo of James Harden and Kawhi Leonard has been particularly impressive. It remains to be seen if the Warriors or Wolves can seize the 6th spot from the Clippers, or if they will continue on their path to the playoffs. This race for positioning is fascinating, especially since the Clippers are just 2 games behind the Lakers and Grizzlies. A few losses by those teams could complicate the playoff picture even further. Regardless of the final standings, all 3 teams still have a chance to make the playoffs. The 7th and 8th seeds will have 2 opportunities to advance. The 7th seed will face the 8th seed, and if they win, they are in. If they lose, they will have another chance against the winner of the matchup between the 9th and 10th seeds. Winning that game would also grant them a playoff spot, likely against the number 1 seed, which is expected to be the Thunder. Thus, even if they fail to secure the 6th spot, all is not lost. However, securing a playoff berth outright is certainly more advantageous. Expect all 3 teams to give their all in the remaining games.